How have you been?
I'm doing, I really can't complain.
Okay, excellent.
I have to, so the big thing is, was it a prerequisite that you had to be on an NBC show to be able to be a new addition to this cast?
You know what? It's so funny. We did the soup last night, and we all looked around and we're like, oh, wow, we've all been on a show that's been canceled by NBC. It's a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor.
Well, I mean, what's funny is that you and Adam are the new additions and Parks and Rec and Community.
I know. We had yet to be canceled by Community when I shot this film. So I was a current NBC employee.
Which is how you got cast.
Exactly.
100%.
NBC was in charge of casting this film.
100%. What was the experience like working with, Adam and the guys? Because it seems like this might just be, I'm going to use the term, a paid vacation.
Yeah, I would say so. We were shooting in New Orleans in the summer, which is ideal other than the 100% humidity at all times. But I really embraced it. And yeah, I'd worked with Rob Corddry on Community. I worked with Adam very briefly. I knew Clark and Craig, so I knew what I was getting in for. I knew they were hilarious. I was going to use a swear word. Effing hilarious.
Yeah, you can swear on.
I can.
Yeah, it's fine.
I knew they were fucking hilarious. And we were eating amazing food and hanging out in New Orleans. It was the best.
Did you guys ever offset? Did you guys all go out and like hit some? Because I've been to New Orleans and it's just an amazing excuse to party.
Well, I'm not much of a partier, but I like ran into a bunch of them one night. I was like having my like 6 p.m. dinner by myself reading a book, and then suddenly it was like Craig Robinson and the party train pulls up, and like you're sort of swept up into the night. I never had like a all-nighter with them, but I think that was going on.
Craig does seem like whenever I've seen him that he knows where the parties are, or if he doesn't have something going on, he will whip it up.
He is the party.
Yes.
He doesn't necessarily need to know where the party is because he is the party.
100%.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about working with Steve and Adam and like crafting the character and just, from when you got the script to what people are seeing.
I think it's pretty much what I read in the script. It's just a really great, fun atmosphere on set where if you have an idea, Steve embraces it and says, do that again, please, and then, integrates it into it. So you sort of feel like you can just like throw whatever out there, and if it's funny, it'll stay. So it was wonderful.
I heard he was the one who ruined the most takes from laughing. Is that true?
Who?
Steve.
Steve Pink,
yeah.
The director? That's probably true.
Yeah, the guys were telling me that he was the one who ruined great takes just from laughing.
Directors.
Exactly. Was there? Because oftentimes what will happen is that I've been on some improv sets where someone will throw out a line and then you're just repeating it and you're trying to get the best possible thing.
Yeah.
Did someone ever throw out a line where you're like, no way, I'm not saying that?
No, I think you gotta be game when you're in Hot Tub Time Machine 2. You know what you're in.
Right.
You gotta just roll with it.
I understand. I am incredibly excited to see where Community goes now that it's on Yahoo screen. What has it been like making the show without the NBC censor, if you will? Do you know what I mean?
The only thing I'd say would be different was there are definitely way more fart jokes this year. Dan loves a fart joke. I think his Tumblr page is like Dan Harmon Poops. So I don't know if he just feels liberated to put them in there, but I'd say we have 1,000% more references to farts in season 6.
I understand.
I hope that's your headline for this.
It might not be, but it could be.
It should be.
Okay, sure. I will. Maybe I will alter what I was going to do.
Yeah.
But now the hashtag is more appropriate of 6 seasons in a movie. So, obviously everyone talks about it with you guys, but is it something that you guys, privately are saying, hey, now it's really serious?
Yeah, I think that we would all be game to do a movie. I don't know who would pay for it or who would direct it or when Dan would have time to write it, but I think if there was a movie, we would all do it.
Yeah, I would like to. I would have no problem seeing that, especially if it could be like R-rated or a little more crazy, if you will.
Yeah. Well, I think just selfishly, we would like to do something which would allow us to shoot in daylight and not on a lot. If we were allowed to go on location, I think that would be good enough for us.
I understand. I looked over the always accurate IMDb, and you have a number of cool things in the works, or things that you've shot that are going to be coming up. You got to work with Adam Goldberg, Demetri Martin.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about some of the cool stuff you got to do.
Yeah, I did a movie with Adam Goldberg called No Way Jose that he wrote and directed and acted in. And then I did a movie with Demetri Martin that he wrote and directed and acted in. And I did a film with a bunch of people from SNL called Brothers-in-Law, that Taran Killam and Bobby Moynihan. I'm on Girls this season. I I've got a show for Netflix that I'll start as soon as Community wraps. I directed a short documentary for 538.com. So.
I know I saw that.
Yeah.
Is that? I want to get in specifically about directing. Is that something that you've always been passionate about? Is it something that you want to pursue, like a feature or other things?
I remember when I've never told this story, but when I moved to college, I moved to New York to go to college, and I went to a psychic in the West Village like everybody does, standard, orientation week. And she was like, "You're going to be a director," and I was like, I want to be an actor, like offended. And now I'm like, hey, that psychic lady in the West Village was right. I think I would like to do more of it. Yeah, I directed this short film. It was a short documentary. It was really fun and challenging, and felt like I was using a whole different part of my brain, because acting is difficult, but it's sort of like one skill set.
Sure.
And sort of like go, oh wait, I have to be able to do this kind of critical thinking or problem solving. Was really fun.
I know that you did an episode of Fringe.
Yes.
Do you get people coming up to you that specifically maybe don't know about Community but know Fringe? Or
no, because I was wearing a brown wig with bangs in that episode. So I think probably people who don't know about Community wouldn't recognize me necessarily.
You guys have been, you've done to Comic-Con before and conventions
yes,
and stuff.
I have.
Exactly. I'm very curious if Comic-Con is in the future this year for you guys. Has there been any sort of discussion? Is it something that you want, like, do you look forward to going?
We have not spoken about it yet. I guess it's coming up, right?
You blink and it's already here.
Wow, that's so shocking. I feel like we just went.
Yeah.
I think that, as long as Comic-Con wants us, we're happy to go. They, really, that for us was the first time that we felt like, oh, wow, we actually have a fan base the first time we went to Comic-Con. And we got, like, a standing ovation. We're like, what? And it's been really fun every year to, like, move up a hall.
Sure.
It's been a good, like, marker for us. So, yeah, I can't believe we're already talking about Comic-Con again.
Well, I mean, it happens so fast, but the thing that I found, and I have to go, is that...
Why?
Well, they're
flashing these cards at you.
Yes, so, but my time is up, but I was going to say that the thing that I've noticed about TV at Comic-Con is it used to be relegated to these smaller rooms, and now everything is moving, TV is moving into Hall H, which is the 7,000-seat room because of the popularity.
Yeah, we have been in Hall H as Community, and we don't know if it was full because the panel after us was very popular, or we're just an incredibly popular but very underrated television show, but we filled the thing.
I think it was probably for you guys, to be honest.
You're so kind.
It's also true, though. Just saying. Anyway, listen,
thank you.
Congrats on everything.
Thank you so much.
And I look forward to more directing from you.
Thank you, sir.